What is up, guys? Jarv here, back today, jumping into Destiny 2. Today's Friday, which means this guy's back. XUR is here. You can find him over on Nessus this week. You'll need to load in at the Watcher's Grave and head towards the barge, which is now crashed into Nessus, and you'll find XUR over in his old tree once again with some loot again this week. So with that being said, let's have a look and see what goodies he's got for us this year. Wow, it's all grayed out for me. That's how poor I am with my materials right now. We'll start off here as we always do. So we have the exotic Engram. So if your collection is incomplete and you have any missing exotics such as these, then be sure to pick this up, as this will help fill out your collection, and it will cost you 97 legendary shards to do so. If you don't have any shards though, you can do this quest down here, and that will give you an exotic cipher, which you can also spend on this Engram. And if you have a full collection already, then it provides a random piece of exotic armor with hopefully higher stat rolls than the armor pieces that you have. So that's what those two are. In terms of what the inventory for the week is, so we have Merciless as the weapon of the week, the Bombardiers for you hunters, One-Eyed Mask for you titans, and Astrocyte Verses for you warlocks there. Quick look at Merciless then. So we have the Conserve Momentum as the intrinsic trait, so non-lethal hits with projectiles make this weapon charge faster until the wielder gets a kill. This used to be top tier back in the Leviathan raid. It used to be the go-to, especially for the Callous encounter. It also has Impetus, where reloading immediately after a kill will increase weapon damage for a short time. It used to be one of the better fusion rifles in the game. It's got overshadowed by things like Telesto, Bastion, and pretty much every other exotic fusion in the game, to be fair. But it's definitely worth having nevertheless, especially if they make changes to it. If it gets a cool little catalyst that does a little thing, but not anywhere near enough to make it top tier. But a good exotic to have in your collection nevertheless. The Bombardiers then. For you hunters, we've got the Arc Affinity 61 stat weighted towards recovery and strength. So we have Parting Gift, so dodging leaves behind an explosive that detonates after a short delay, damaging enemies around it. Very situational this. You did see it a lot when it was first introduced, as people were experimenting with it, especially inside Crucible. But now you don't really see it. Obviously, Mask of Bacchus and things like that are very strong for hunters, especially when you combine that with Stasis and things like that. So, yeah, you don't see this as often as you used to, but it's worth having if you want to experiment with some different builds inside PvP. One-Eyed Mask for you titans in. So we've got the Void Affinity 62 stats, not bad, weighted towards mobility and strength though. So Vengeance is the armor's perk, so it highlights the enemy who dares to damage you, and it tracks down and destroy your enemy for an overshield too. Used to be one of the strongest, it still is one of the strongest Titan exotics actually inside the game. You very much still only really see this inside the Crucible though, and it has had some changes and has been toned down over the last couple of seasons. It's not a bad role, so it's definitely worth getting if you don't have it, and worth adding to that collection of yours. And finally, Astrocyte Verse for you warlocks then. Beautiful one this. So we have the Void Affinity 63 stat, 29 mobility, oh my word. Move to survive, so blink further and more frequently, well you will with that mobility, and weapon readies quickly out of blink and radar remains up. Yeah, I mean, blink warlocks are very rare out in the wild actually, so it's definitely worth picking this up and trying to experiment with it. You know, people use a lot of the Dawnblade and even some of the Stasis subclasses more so now than ever, but it's definitely worth giving this a shot if you don't have it already, and getting used to the extra distance on blink. It can catch a few people out, especially inside PvP. So there we have it. That is XUR for the week. The first one of 2021. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Trials is back today, so keep your eyes peeled to the channel, and I'll keep you up to date with a Trials reset video within the hour. If you have enjoyed this video though, be sure to leave a rating down below. That super helps me out here on the channel. And if you are new here, I want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always, guys, but I will catch you all again very soon.